As I say, and this radiator fluid is a radiator fluid from Walmart. And you can see here, let it focus in, it's ethylene right there. It'll focus in for me. There it is. There it is. Ethylene glycose, which means it's very hazardous. It's hazardous to the body. Now there are two different kinds that they make now: ethylene glycose, and I believe it's propylene glycose is the other one. Now propylene glycose isn't toxic to the body. You can actually, in fact, they actually use it in food additives. They use it for most people, or smokers commonly know it, as it's used in their electric cigarettes, the e-cigarettes now. But not this one. This Supertech is ethylene glycose. You don't want to drink that or get any of that in your system. It can kill you. There are other things in there that can kill you too, but we won't go into that right now. What we want to do right now is just talk about this little guy here. This is our antifreeze tester. You can find it at any automotive store. They're only a couple bucks. And this is it. This video is going to show you how to use it and how to check your radiator fluid for proper level. So first let's talk about this and how to use it. As you can see there's some numbers there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The numbers represent the small balls in here. See them in there? There are 5 balls in there, different colors. Different colors represent the gravity point, but you won't have to worry about those as much as you will just making sure that the balls go up. So here we go. We're going to start with first, this is just regular water for a demonstration on how this thing works. I'm going to put some regular water in there. You're just going to suck it in. See, it's got a little sucker on there. Just fill that up. All right. And you want to make sure you get enough in there. There we go. Enough in there so that you can tap the balls down. Now you're going to tap this around. Tap down, tap. And you can see, now, like I said, it's regular water, but there was probably a little bit of antifreeze still in this tube here from when I checked it last. So it has a little bit of property so it won't freeze, but not much. All the other balls are down. So this says that this water with one ball, we'll check that. With one ball, it says it'll freeze at about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So just a little bit of antifreeze left in there from last time I was testing this. One ball means it'll freeze at 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can see the numbers are actually on here. Let me spin that around for you. There they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the other numbers, minus 40, minus 25, minus 10. They're on there as well. They're not as easy to see in the camera as they are on that paper, so we're going to stick with the paper for right now. So we'll empty this thing out. So that's basically water. And then this one, I have a 50-50 mix. You're going to see what that'll do for you. Now 50-50 mix, we're going to tap that. You always want to tap it. Tap it so that those balls will settle out where they need to be. At the 50-50 mix, we have 1 ball down and 4 up. And this isn't precise science, but it's pretty close to what you're going to see. So 50-50 mix, you can see we have 4 balls there, and we look at our paper and it says 4 balls, says we can go down to about minus 25 degrees, and that's about right. It's going to be between, I would say 20 and 25 degrees minus. It'll start to freeze up. So let's put that back in here. And rinse it out with water. And then this last one is just pure ethylene glycose. Get that filled up there. Tap it so those balls settle out. And then come over here and you can see all 5 of them are in there. And it says 5 balls. It will go to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit before it actually starts to freeze up on you. Now, this also indicates it says here, winter freeze up, summer overheat, right? Indicator on this as well. So during the summertime, you can use this to adjust it for summertime. Maybe I'll do a video on that come summertime. I'm more concerned about winter time because you can use water and not have it freeze up. It won't be a problem. Let's get that emptied out there. And load it up in there because I'm going to use this anyways. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to use this on the car. So I'm going to pause this video. Okay, so here we are. This is the wife's car, and that right there is the overfill, and that right there is the radiator fluid we were testing things on. So I'm going to pour that into the overfill. Let's pour it in there. Now I've already checked this car, so I know where it should come out at about 4 balls, maybe a little higher. 3 balls, it'll come in there. But what I want to show you is, for those who don't know, is on these overfills, we can see it right there. See that cold? It says cold right there. That is the fill mark for where it's cold. And then further down below, actually this one, does it have that mark on it? I think it's on this side. Let me come around this way. It really doesn't have a hot mark on it. If it did, it's right in here. Let me see if I can rub that off. Now let's see if we can see it from that side. Anyways, on your overfill, it's going to say cold. You can see the cold mark there. There's the cold mark right there. It says cold, and there's a mark right over here. I don't think you can see that very well. And then there's a hot, but it's not. It's shadowed by this bar right here. It's right underneath there. It's only a little. It's like half an inch further down, maybe an inch further down, for this car. But this particular car doesn't like to go any higher than hot. I've cooled it down, and I've actually done it when it's been ran like it is now. And if I put any more in there than hot, it just blows it out the overflow right here. This overflow tube right there. See that? See that tube right there? It's see that tube going down right there? That overflow tube. It just doesn't like it at all. So this is where you would fill your coolant, right here on these overflows. On the older cars, you fill it through the radiator, but these newer cars don't have the radiator cap to fill it through. You just fill it through the overflow. So let's do what we came out to here to do. We're going to check and see where the coolant's at. It's already been ran, and even though I put that little bit in there, that little bit in there should be exactly what this was before, so it should come out accurate. But if you put new fluid in there, I recommend that you run it a little bit and then bring back your tester and test it out and see where it comes out at. You can see we're 3 balls up, almost 4. See that? 3 balls, almost 4. And with our little indicator that's actually on here, let me turn around so you guys get that in the light. 3 balls, see the 3 right there? 3, and you turn it, and it says minus between 15, give it a little shake because the 4th ball almost is up there. So you're between 15 and 25 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 15, 25 degrees Fahrenheit for where it'll start to freeze up, which is fine for here in Utah. It normally won't get much colder than that. I've seen it minus 30 at night, and that would start turning the water kind of slushy, but I've never had a problem even there when I've kept it about this degree. Let's squirt that back in there. So, one more thing to talk about, and then we'll end this video. Let me pull that back. Let me pause it. Alright, one last thing to talk about is this radiator fluid. Now this, I'm going to get it over here so we have a bit of light. This radiator fluid, if you can see it, tilt that back in the light, is it all mix, all models, all makes, and mixes with any color. Okay? Now, there's a reason why I use this particular radiator fluid, and that is that the GMC recommendation, both Saturns are GMC that we own, that's from the GMC corporation, is a red radiator fluid, and the red are a kind of synthetic radiator fluid, and they seep through the gaskets and the O-rings of your motor over time, ruining your motor. I don't say that from hearsay, but from experience. We put the red in my wife's car and in mine, as it recommended, and we had leaks all over. It would leak for the hoses up to the overflow. It leaked up to the bottom of the radiator. So we flushed that. We talked to a mechanic friend of mine about it, and he said, yeah, a lot of people complain about them. They have that experience with the standard GMC. If it's the red radiator fluid, and it's not just the GMC, it's any red radiator fluid, they've had those particular issues. So we have just gone to a generic, like I said, all makes, all models, all mixed with any color one to be safe. You don't want to mix radiator fluids unless it says that on there. If it doesn't say, move this one more time. If it doesn't say all makes, all models, mixes with any color, don't mix them. They will turn into a acid that's even more aggressive than the red mix, and will eat the seals, the gasket heads. My mechanic friend has told me horror stories of people who've come in who have mixed them without making sure that they're mixable, like this one is, and they've blown the head gaskets, and they've ruined water pumps, and they've got into the pistons, and once it gets in through the pistons, because it's blown the gasket head, it'll suck it into the oil pan. Radiator fluid eats it dissolves oil. It'll take the oils right off of the bearings, right off of the engine parts, and now you've ruined your oil. So I recommend, if you are going to do your own radiator fluid, do the all makes, all models, mixes with any color like this one is, and just stick with that to be safe. That's the end of the video. As always, like and subscribe and leave your comments below. And if you'd like to email me at surviveit.gmail.com. Not Gmail. surviveit@gmail.com. And our next video, I believe I'll do how to jump start a car during the wintertime without blowing up the motherboard, without frying the computer system. And after that, I think I'll do chain up. So I'll show you guys how to chain up a car. Now that one you guys will enjoy, and I think you'll really like, especially if you're in the winter states, because I'm going to show you how to chain up rail chain and the diamond chain, and we'll talk about the two differences of those. As always, next time we'll see you at Survive It.